The following is first impression of the lash lift from Elleebana. I bought all the different products and I bought them separate. If you want to see what I do in order to do the lash lift myself, please keep on watching. The first thing I bought was the Elleebana Stronghold Lash Lift Adhesive. Here it is. I also bought the combo shields. These are the combo shields they sell, and I bought these separate. And this is the new ones they have. So it comes in 3 different sizes: the large, the medium, and the small. This is the Elleeplex region, and this is supposed to nourish your lashes after you do your lash lift. This is what it is. This is a bottle. I also bought the advanced Aftercare formula for your lash lift, and you use this twice a day in order to nourish your lashes. And this is what it looks like. And it's kind of like a clear gel. You use this twice a day in order to revive your lashes. Okay, so I also bought this from Elleebana. This is in order to separate your lashes. There's a little pick on it, and you separate your lashes while you're doing it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I am gluing the shields on the eye, and I'm using a size medium, and I just wanna make sure that it sticks to it for a few seconds. So that's what I'm doing, holding it. Next, what I'm doing is I'm just making sure the end of it is glued, and I'm also making sure that there's nothing underneath. So I'm taking it out. Here I'm putting a little bit at a time. I'm putting glue, and I'm lifting it. And like I said, I'm putting it, gluing it to the rod. And here it is. I'm using the end of it to separate everything. You want to have everything separated and straight. And that's what I'm doing. Is, you know, the more separation, the better. They're going to look even. And this is what I've learned from looking at a few websites. So there I am. I'm just looking, any little bit that you see that's clumped, just separate it. And then attach it to the rod. Again, I'm being kind of extra careful, just making sure that everything is even. Okay, I'm putting a little more, and I'm repeating the same process again. And I'm distributing the product with it, and then I'm gluing it. There you go. And you see how that one right there, there you go. I'm gluing it, and I'm going to separate it because it looks clumped. You want to make sure that you have a million of them separated. And there it is, that part right there. It looks a little, I'm looking for a little piece of something there just to take the excess of the glue. And I just want to make sure that they're all even and straight. This glue is just amazing. Again, I'm looking at it, and I'm putting a little more glue. I'm doing a little bit at a time. Just straightening it first, and then I am putting it, sticking it to the rod, and then I'm going to separate it. I'm taking the excess of the glue. And then here you go, and then I'm going to separate it. Here you go. Just want to make sure they look straight, they go up, they're not clumped. Just take your time doing this. I think this is the most important part of the whole process. Again, using a little more. Going back and just making sure that everything is coated and is glued. A little more. And again, I'm just straightening it, putting some on the rod, and then I'm sticking the lashes on it, and I'm using the pick to separate it. And when I feel like the pick is got a lot of glue, then I go back and I clean it. That's what I'm doing there. And then I'm just making sure the ends of it is glued, and it has enough glue for the whole thing. Going on the outside. There you go. And making sure that anything that I see spaces in between, you're separating it. Okay, taking some of the excess and making sure that's glued. Okay, so this is, I already glued it, and I use the largest one because my lashes, you know, it goes all the way up. So I think that one of the most important parts is just making sure that this is super glued to your lash, so that way it doesn't come off. Okay, so that's gonna be one of the first steps. The next step that I'm gonna do is going to be, I'm gonna use this here, and I'm gonna use I bought the one with the five different the 5-pack, and I'm gonna use step 1, which is this one here, and I'm gonna do what do you call it? This is the activator, and I'm gonna put this with a little brush, and I got this little brush right here, and I'm just gonna do it right here, but I'm not gonna do the tips. You do not want to do the tips. So anyway, so here we go. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and put it on here. Okay, so what I'm doing there is just putting 1/4. You don't put it all the way to the end of your lash, because you know you're gonna process. You're gonna kill the end of it. You're gonna split it. So I'm just getting some of the product, and that's step 1. And I'm just making sure everything is really, really coated. As you can see, don't touch, like I said again, the end of your lashes. You don't want to process it and kill the ends of it. Again, just make sure everything is super coated. So I'm gonna put it for 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Okay, so time's up. And now I'm gonna take it off with a dry Q-tip. So you go with a dry first. Try to take off every little part of it. Now I'm gonna go with a wet. You don't want this processing even more. Just try to take as much as you can out of it. And then I'm gonna do it dry before I put solution 2. So there it is. Okay. Now it's dry. Now I'm gonna put solution 2, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna leave this for 5 minutes. And solution 2 is the setting lotion. Again, do not touch the ends. That's number 2, and I'm going to put it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, so time is up. The 5 minutes that I had is gone. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use a dry Q-tip and take all the excess of the setting lotion. Okay, so that's, and then I'm gonna use a, like I said, a little piece of this little papers that I have, which are better, and I'm just gonna wet it a little bit, and I'm going to use it in order to take off, and then I'm gonna do a dry Q-tip. But I think when I wet it, that gets really, there it is. Took it off. Now I'm gonna use something dry and then dry it. So now it's dry. Next step that I'm gonna do is use the Elleebana region, and this is supposed to nourish your eyelashes after you do a lift. I'm gonna use a separate one. I'm gonna put it on my brush. I mean, if you have a client, I imagine you can put it in here and then use it from here, just same as all the rest of the products, but this is for me, so I'm just gonna put a little bit. It's not even touching it. I don't want it to. Okay, in this one, it can go all over the eye. So there's a little container here, and it says this one, you can put it all over your eye with no problems. And this one, I'm gonna put it for 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna wet it a little bit first. Okay, so here I am already trying to take my eyelashes from the rod, and I'm being very careful. Just, like I said, try to get rid of the glue. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's the first thing I'm trying to do, just the lashes from the rod. Now I'm trying to, okay, I'm still doing it. Now I'm going from the back and trying to take the rod from my skin, and there's still glue. Like I said, just take your time. Don't rip your lashes off. There it is. And now I'm using one of those papers that I told you in order to take it off. Here it is. And now I'm just making sure with one of those little wands, I'm trying to make sure there is no glue attached to it. So this is kind of what they look like right now. This is the one that I did, and this is the one that I haven't done. And now I'm gonna use, the next step is to use the Advanced Aftercare formula for lash lift. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna put this all over my eye. Okay, and this is what the difference between one that's done and the other one not done. So, okay, let me go off camera and do the other one. Okay guys, so this is what I have so far. This is what my eyelashes look like. And I'm gonna put it from close so you can see a little bit. And I'm gonna put it for even closer. And this is what they look like right now. I'm gonna put it from the side and from the other side. So this is just amazing. Okay guys, so this is what I have. And some of the things that I've learned about it is the following. So I was able to cut, these are the ones that I did. I had to cut, this is how they come. This is a large one. So what I did was I cut the sides of it to fit my eye. You can see it. Because like that, it fits perfect. So that's one of the things that that I would do next time. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna custom make them for me. But I guess if you have clients and you have a bunch of them, buy a bunch of them, then, you know, it depends on the eye shades for each client that you have. But since it's only for me, I'm like, I needed something, like I said, to fit like a glove. So another thing, let's see, another thing that I can think of. Okay, when gluing, if the glue is not set, so you have to, you know, put the glue on, put it on, and let it sit there for a few minutes. Make sure it's attached to the eye. That's another thing. When I did this one off camera, and first of all, I was having issues with attaching it because it was too big, so I had to go and take all the glue off. And what I decided to do is just cut it to, you know, to the same size as my eyes. And like I said, I have little tiny eyes, so that's what I had to do. And as long as it fits like a glove in your eye, if it's too long, I'll just show you one. If it's too long, like this is a little one, but if it's too long, then both sides, it's hard to tape on both sides because it's too long. So what I did also is roll it like this, and have it, you know, so it can kind of fit like a glove. But so far, I kind of like what it looks like. I use the medium ones because these are the ones I use. I use the medium. This is the large. These are the medium, and these are the small. So I don't know if you can see the difference. Large, medium, and small. So I use the mediums because I think I wanted more of a lift. So this would have been okay, but I don't think I would have gotten out as much of a lift as I got on this one here. And with these, I mean, I think it's perfect. This is with nothing. I don't have any mascara. It's just the eyes. I want to see how long it's gonna take for it to, you know, how long is it gonna last. Another thing that I've read on a lot of the websites is don't use waterproof mascara, which is something I do because I want to keep the hold. But now since I have this, I won't need it. I just, you know, do regular mascara. Let me see another thing that I've learned after doing it. Make sure that you put enough, that you coat the lifting lotion and the setting lotion. So I put the lifting lotion for 6 minutes, and I put the setting lotion for 5 minutes. Make sure you coat everything really, really good. What do you call it? In order to, you know, for the eyelash to take it. So that would be another advice. Just make sure you coat it good enough. And like I said, for this one, for the first one, I did it 6 minutes. And then for this one here, I did it, the setting lotion, I did it for 5 minutes. And after that, then I went in and I did my Elleebana Regen, and I put this all over. This you can put it all over the eye, the lashes. For the lotion 1 and 2, you don't put the ends because you don't want to ruin the edges, the ends of your eyelashes. But for this one here, it's for nourishment. So this one here, the Elleebana Regen, I put it all over my eye and I left it for 5 minutes. And then after all that, I washed it. I took it off. And then I put the Advanced Aftercare formula for lash lift, which is, I mean, let me put it again so you can see what it looks like. It's like a little gel, and it just gives it life. Put it on the back. Again, it makes a difference, like I said, how you glue it. So that, you know, when you put it on, like I said, if it's for a business, I would order tons of these. Like the pack that they have, I would order the combo packs. I would order tons of these and have them in different shapes. So when you have different clients, you can measure, you know, what big eyes, hooded eyes. Like I said, I have hooded eyes and I have downturned eyes. So my eyes are very tiny. And like I said, for me, I had to cut them on both sides in order for that to glue on here and here. And then another thing is just making sure, like I said, it's attached really well to it. And then second, this is like a lifesaver. I don't even know how other people do it, but this little tool here, oh my God, you use it in order to, you know, you put the glue on, and then you use it to attach it to the rod. So this here, and then at the same time you can separate it. And what do you call it, and separate it, because the more separated, you know, the lashes and straight are, the better it is. You don't want to have lashes where this one went this way and the other one the other way. This little tool helps you to do both, and I got it also from Elleebana. I was gonna get it a different kind, but I said no. I started looking at the ends of this one is super thin, so I decided to just buy the whole thing. I'm gonna be doing this a lot because maybe I don't want to be putting mascara all the time. Also, the next time that I do it, I'm gonna paint my eyelashes, just because I've seen it where you can paint it after you do the lash lift in blue black, because the color is blue black, so it makes it even darker. So I think if I would have put that on top of it, it would have been like boom, like really, you know, noticeable. So I will do that next time. I will do a video on tinting my eyelashes. I've never done that before, but with this I want to see what it's going to look like. Like I said, you can't wet them for 24 hours, so I put a little bit of makeup right now because I didn't have any makeup, so I put a little bit of under eye concealer, and just to kind of look, you know, look a little better. But I don't know, it's just, this is just like I can go anywhere with it. Like I said, I did today my henna brows, and I did my lash lift, so it looks amazing. I am so happy I did it. And like I said, you know, I don't even have to wear literally mascara with this. I want to see how long it's gonna last. But like I said, for being my first time doing it, this is like amazing. So I didn't want to get something cheap just for doing it. I don't want to ruin my eyelashes, like I said. And like I said, these are two of the products that I trust when it comes to Elleebana. Again, guys, thank you for watching this tutorial.